What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Young Phillip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, make sure I click the like button down below, give it a thumbs up, and make sure I click that subscribe button, but make sure I click that bell so I can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today's video will be me giving off my thoughts on one of my favorite shows that used to come on HBO, and that's HBO Boxing. So without further ado, let's begin. My thoughts on not just World Championship Boxing, but Boxing After Dark as well. Both shows are incredible, especially with World Championship Boxing. They had all the well-known fighters. And some of those well-known fighters ended up being on Boxing After Dark as well. But they still got the recognition on World Championship Boxing. Boxing After Dark, it was one of those boxing shows where they had fighters that were coming up and they needed that recognition. Even on World Championship Boxing, there were a few boxers that didn't get the recognition, but they end up coming up for being part of like the undercard fights and shit. But yeah, World Championship Boxing, the regular scheduled fights and then the pay-per-view fights, in which I had to wait for about a week after the pay-per-view matchup of boxing fights. If there's any legendary boxing fights that I could think of off the top of the dome that were on HBO, I could think of like George Foreman, Joe Frazier fight, Mike Tyson losing to Buster Douglas on HBO Boxing. And then let me not forget about the iconic Roy Jones Jr. versus Bernard Hopkins, where Roy Jones defeated Hopkins by unanimous decision. And one of my other favorite World Championship Boxing matches would have to be when Lennox Lewis redeemed himself against Hasim Rahman. Or on Boxing After Dark, one of my favorite moments would have to be when Marcos Maidana knocked out Victor Ortiz in the 6th round. That was a perfect fight back in the summer of 2009. But yeah, HBO Boxing After Dark also has some memorable fights. From the likes of Hasim Rahman versus Oleg Maskaev. The first fight, that was noticeable because Hasim Rahman had fell out the ring and a brawl had broke out, but it still didn't excuse the fact that Oleg Maskaev had won by knockout, you might want to call it, but still. Memorable fight of 1999. And then last but not least, one of my favorite fights. Of course, this features one of my favorite undefeated fighters, and that's Floyd Mayweather. When he knocked out Ricky Hatton to end off the year 2007. Still a memorable fight right there, down the line. Can't nobody tell me no different. It's like, HBO Boxing to me was good from the year I was born, which is 2000, all the way up until 2012. But don't get me wrong, there were some HBO Boxing fights in the 90s that were good, but at the same time, I only watched the ones from like 2000 era, all the way up until 2012. But the only like one or two fights I seen that's from the 2010 era, I would say I watched Mayweather versus Pacquiao because it was joint with Showtime, and then that next weekend was Canelo versus James Kirkland. Perfect matchup right there. All in all, HBO Boxing is one of the best, and it will be missed. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. If you're a boxing fan and you watch HBO Boxing, let me know what's your favorite fight down below in the comment section right now. Like, don't keep watching. Pause the video. Put in the comment section what was your favorite HBO Boxing match. Let me know in the comment section. But don't forget to click the subscribe button Don't forget to click the bell so you can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to follow me on social media at youngphilip_00. That's Instagram, Snapchat, Martin 361005, TikTok at youngphilip00. With that being said, I am out.